what do you think about the whole entrepreneurial sort of spirit and being able to do what we do, which is, and you know, what you've done so successfully so far with Cooley Creative, the idea of starting your own thing and really sort of making it succeed through all the things you have to do to be able to make a company succeed.
What do I think of it? For the right people, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like the freedom and flexibility that you have from running your own business or being an entrepreneur. You get to dictate the terms of your life in a way, right? But what do I think about it? I think that if anyone's going to do this kind of thing, support is the key. I mean, there are a lot of downtimes where you think, how should I just go get a job? right. Like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Right. Yeah, it would be easier.
Right.
But that's not what it's about. It's not about easier. Well, let me take that back. It is, because once you get into a rhythm of what you do, it is very easy.
Yeah.
Like, and then a friend of mine says ease is speed, and it really is. You get faster and faster.
Okay, so Chris, when we talk about entrepreneurialism and we talk about starting your own business, you just said something about testing your limits. Mm-hmm. So do you think really what work becomes for you as an entrepreneur is looking at it as reaching some sort of potential, pushing out the talents and the skills you have a little beyond what you would have pushed out if you had a normal job and in a traditional business, but by being this entrepreneur, you wake up every morning and you think, I could push this to whatever level I want to push this to.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, another part of it is that you don't have a job, right? So you have to push yourself.
Yeah.
But there's a difference. And I don't think it's pushing. It's just it's knowing your purpose and pursuing it.
Yeah.
Right. And being 100% committed to the pursuit of your dream, your goals. So defining your goals is so important, so that you're not just willy-nilly out there doing whatever. I think that's another difference between being, an entrepreneur and being maybe a freelancer or something. Where a freelancer, and I've been there. I did that for 7 years, ish, before I decided or defined, like, here are my goals and here's what I'm going to pursue as a business, and here's what's going to set me apart, and this live design thing and all these really awesome things that make me unique. But yeah, I mean, having the freedom to pursue, and a lot of businesses do that now. A lot of progressive businesses will have their employees push themselves in certain ways. Have them find their own. Google's a great example, and some of the other Silicon Valley companies that think differently. And encourage their employees to have their own endeavors, even though they're working for this company.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. But yeah, going out on your own, it's like there's this cliche thing about jumping off a cliff, right? Like you jump off your cliff without a parachute and you figure out how to make it on the way down.
Right.
I like that.
Was that the feeling for you in the beginning? This is just going to be.
I got
unknown.
pushed.
I have no idea what I'm going to encounter, but
yeah.
I'm going to go into it because I have such a strong feeling that I could succeed.
I wish that it was that glorious.
No, it was not as glorious.
No, I got kicked off the side of a cliff because I had a job. I worked for Cornell University, actually, and they started to phase out their design departments and outsource. Right. So I got laid off on my birthday. Yeah. Yeah, and it was the biggest blessing that I ever came to me, because it forced me to go out on my own and do my own thing.
So do you look back and think, well, certainly fate and destiny was sort of
I just fate and destiny, whatever you want to call it, coincidence. I just believe that the universe has plans for us, and if you just let yourself be in that moment, then all the opportunity will come to you the way it was meant to be. So, but I did. I got kicked off the side. But thanks, to them for doing that. Yeah, and luckily I had a really cool boss, and she said the people that I was working with came looking for me because I was doing good work, and she said he's doing his own thing now, and they hired me for 5 times as much money. And that's what started my business as a freelancer. Yeah, so it gave me a lot of freedom and flexibility to do all that stuff.
Okay.
But support I was talking about that too, and to have a support network of people that really encourage you to be yourself is where I personally get the most drive from. Well, I get the drive from within, but then when you hit those low points, to have people around you that say, be yourself, keep doing what you're doing, and to have the tools. And, like I do a lot of meditation, and those are tools to get you to a point where you're feeling continually feeling motivated and within your own spirit and moving forward with those things. So.